Suffered a week ago. They passed John Barry, Lisa Salters. An important game between two teams hoping to challenge for a title here in 2015. And Modi Yunus from the corner starts the game off by rattling home a three.
Well, welcome sight there for Demo, as they call him in Houston. 36% three-point shooter. Really played well in the absence of Dwight Howard.
Double the scoring average from a year ago. Portland playing its second game since the injury to Wesley Matthews. They lost their first against Minnesota. Here's Lopez with a sweeping hook, and it drops.
How about Lopez always joking around, one of the funniest guys. He doesn't really have that persona to the public, but his teammates say he is just the best.
There's a Afflalo defended by Harden. Afflalo falling away. Doesn't get the bounce, but batted out to Aldridge, and he'll fire a three and connect. Get more threes there. Lillard with another rebound. He averages 5 boards per game. Normally the smallest guy in the court. And Beverly harassing him. And they're going to get Batum underneath for the dunk.
Well, great play by Aldridge to keep.
All right, Mark Jones, and it's the first time that the Houston Rockets have been back in Portland since they were defeated on a Damian Lillard three at the buzzer in Game 6 of their first-round series a year ago. Both these teams in the top 4 of the Western Conference standings. Portland at 41-20, Houston at 43-20. We got some of the game's best scorers in this game: Harden, Aldridge, and Lillard.
That was a legal play.
Looked a
little awkward, I guess, the splits.
He slipped, but again, looked like he kept the ball on the floor. Lillard can't bank it in. Got it back and puts it in. Very good rebound, despite his size. Normally the smallest guy on the floor. He's the 10th leading scorer in the NBA. LaMarcus Aldridge is the 7th. James Harden is the 2nd, behind Russell Westbrook, who is topping all scorers. Modi Yunus with his second three-pointer of the game to support Matthews in his recovery. And Lillard said, hey, it's going to be tough overcoming what he brought just in terms of energy and leadership. Here's LaMarcus Aldridge, double team. Aldridge has 5 points so far. 3 players for Houston with 6 apiece, including Harden. And a nice move there by Alonzo G. We talked about the Afflalo acquisition. Alonzo G coming over as well.
See, that's going to be the difference there. He's a guy that likes to slash. How about that? I mean, this guy one-on-one, his ball handling is just remarkable. But G is not a guy that's going to stretch the floor. And that's the way the Blazers play offensively, is stretching the floor, shooting threes. He's going to be a guy that takes the ball to the rim.
LaMarcus Aldridge with that. Westbrook had another solid game tonight for Oklahoma City, but they lost as Corey Brewer, who's one of the best at getting out in transition and getting easy baskets. He had 24 points in Houston's last game, a win at Denver on Saturday.
Well, this is part of the reason they brought him in. Defensively, get it done with the length, and then fast break basketball. One of the better players at the wing position we've seen for years. Did it in Minnesota for so long. And Kevin McHale.
54 games a year ago. Met in the first round. Portland won in 6 games on a Damian Lillard three at the buzzer. Aldridge, great pump fake and then score his 9th point.
Well, I mentioned the success he had last year in the playoffs. 30 points a game in that 6-game series. And that was against Omar Sheik, who's not here, and Dwight Howard. He's gone down low and done most of his work inside the paint.
Here's Harden inside the arc, off the front rim. Inside a minute to go in the opening quarter. Nobody picks Blake up. He could have taken it to the rim, instead kicked it out. Now he'll try the corner three and get it.
Why is shooting inside the line when you can go behind it and get three, Dave? He knew what he was doing. Kick it out to G, and then run up and spot up right behind him and get the open look.
Blake in his third stint with Portland in his 12-year career. Josh Smith, tough shot, poked out by Kaman Harden. Tries the lane and puts it in. He's in double figures.
Just the way he contorts his body, you never, I shouldn't say never, you rarely see him get charge calls. He's so good just finding a little crease, a little crack. And I talked to Kevin McHale, he's like, that's the type of guys this league doesn't have. I can get guys, I'll teach them how to shoot. I want guys that can get in creases and cracks.
About a 2-second difference between game and shot clocks. Aldridge buries the ball away. 11 for Aldridge. Here's Brewer. Nails the three with 4/10 of a second remaining. A Flalo, good if it goes. Hit the front rim.
You're going to play an up and down style. Gives you confidence, and they've given Josh Smith some confidence.
And Dorsey with the finish.
Looks like, is there an NFL free agency going on right now? This guy, I might give him a call. My goodness gracious, he's a monster.
And maybe Chip Kelly will acquire him. He's acquired everybody else. Here's Batum, shot clock at 5. Batum got behind the line, a smooth stroke, but it's off the mark. And there's Kaman again. And a finish for Chris Kaman with a left hand. 12th-year pro, spent most of his career with the Clippers. Bounced around the last few years. Lakers last year, Dallas 2 years ago. Josh Smith from outside. A three, rattles around and then drops.
Just 29% for Josh on the season. A little bit better since he's come over to Houston, about 32%. But he shoots it with confidence, and Kevin McHale's okay with that shot. Good left hand.
That's 4 points now for Lillard, and a turnover by Houston. 3-on-2. Lillard, the trailer, pulls the trigger and nails the three. Long outlet to Lillard. Lillard spinning away from traffic. Now Batum, boy, he shook Brewer and hit a Flalo, but couldn't hit the three. A Flalo gets to the loose ball and reverses.
Dave, the offensive glass has been huge for Portland, keeping their hands on balls. We've seen Lopez tap a couple out. Offensive board 7 already here in the early going.
Beverly gets.
But his body feels good. He says this is just his second week of on-court activities. But again, this is the first time he's really tested the knee like that, going one-on-one against the defender. Dwight told me so far he's had no problems with his rehab, no setbacks. He said his conditioning is good. So depending on how the knee continues to respond, guys, he says that he hopes to be back in uniform in 2 weeks.
It's been hard this year for the Rockets. I mean, James Harden, to have this team 23 games over 500 as a follow misses, but Lopez taps it in to tie it at 45. I mean, you're without a guy that's going to get 17 and 10 and block 2 to 3 shots a game, yet you have twice as many wins as losses without him. And their record when Howard doesn't play really the same as when he has played this year.
Look, 22 and 10 with Howard, 21 and 10 without. Defensive numbers are almost identical. Actually, the field goal percentage defense is a little bit better. But how do you incorporate Dwight Howard coming back? Another turnover. That's 8 turnovers now. And you could chalk it up 11 points. That's what Houston does. Number 2. I mean, Steph Curry body of work. You always hear body of work, right? Steph Curry from day 1 to now has probably been the most consistent player along with James Harden. Beautiful move.
Yeah. Aldridge now at 13. But it was a short one. He's back on the floor.
Well, the fans were booing him.
Poor
Come on,
guy.
that's you don't boo an injury like that. Come on.
Aldridge connects again, and Portland retakes the lead. 15 first half points on 7 of 10 shooting.
Does he like seeing the Houston Rockets come to town? My goodness.
Average 30 per game against Houston in the playoffs. They're still booing the poor guy. I don't know if they saw our replay. Josh Smith misses.
Good contest there by Aldridge, not the foul.
Lob to Lopez, catch and score by Robin Lopez, who has 10 points. A doubleheader. Clippers routing the Thunder in OKC. Harden stepping back off the side of the rim. But Houston keeps, and they can hold basically for the final shot. About a second difference between game and shot clock.
That was a real good win for LA. Playing pretty well without Blake Griffin. Chris Paul, man. Think he wanted that challenge against Russell Westbrook tonight.
Beverly to the corner. Jones drives and throws it down.
You got a slow closeout there to Jones. And I know it's an open three, but that's what he really wants, to put it on the deck and get to the rim. If you're Lopez there, slow close out, contest the shot, live with the results. Good kick from Beverly, poor closeout by Lopez, and it results in a dunk.
38% from the floor is his career low. 9-0 run by Houston. Jones, fancy move, got his own miss, sticks it back, and a foul. Terrence Jones, a three-point opportunity as the Rockets have opened up a 7-1. Great athlete. Can shoot the ball. Can he figure out his niche in the NBA?
Well, great work ethic. He's just got to figure it out, how to play basketball.
Here's
One year to Illinois.
Another three for Batum, and he ties it at 65.
Just like that, we said 5 points scored, 2 threes back to back.
Harden banks it in. It's almost like when he got in the air and he was off balance, he knew the only way this is going in is so I throw it off the glass.
Felt like he got shoved right in the back, and no call. Leonard again.
Hits it again.
There for Jason Terry.
And for Houston, for that matter.
And Aldridge back in the ball game.
But a steal by Josh Smith. And Smith with the flush, his second dunk. Rebounded by McCollum, ahead to Batum. And Batum with a layup. Boy, Nick Batum, a terrific quarter. Got 15 points on the night, 8 here in the third. Smith sets the screen, Terry into the lane. And Brewer coughs it up. Terry Stott says 1.
Well, Houston, a great quarter up until about the last 2 minutes. And they really were in great control. Let's see what happens here in the last possession.
Aldridge out to Blake for 3. Around and out. Aldridge there to tip it in. 8 minutes while Aldridge was on the bench. Then LaMarcus came back in, and now Portland has its largest lead of the night as we start the fourth. Kaman behind the back pass. Ill-advised. But then a turnover by Jones as Darrell Wright tapped it away from behind. Kaman will just dunk this time. Says forget the pass.
Better idea there, Chris.
Portland 26-6 at home, third best record in the league behind Atlanta and Golden State. Will they get another home victory tonight against the Rockets, who are one of the best road teams in the league? Aldridge leaning in, it counts, and a foul. Portland looking to push the lead to double figures for the first time tonight. Here's McCollum down the lane, gives it up to Aldridge for the stop. Quarter.
Well, the bench has played well.
Beverly all the way, gets 2. Decision by Stotts to keep Aldridge on the floor.
Well, I'll tell you in about 5 minutes and 48 seconds. It was a good one.
Batum all the way. The great athlete soaring through the paint to lay it home. 17 points back to an 8-point advantage. Here's Harden. Rejected by Aldridge.
Houston 6-38. Portland on the glass advantage.
A turnover by Aldridge. Tried the no-look pass to Lopez. A 4-on-2. Brewer gets the reverse layup.
Man, does he attack the rim? I love, instead of running for threes, that's a good idea. Why not go ahead and get yourself to the right to the rim? In worst case, you're going to get fouled or you're going to make a layup.
In terms of reserves, he's #1 in the NBA in fast break points off the bench. Rattles around and drops for Aldridge, his 26 point in 29 minutes of work.
He's a matchup nightmare for this Rocket team. These guys too small. And then you have Dwight Howard, and then he brings him out even further on the floor, can use his quickness to go around Dwight Howard.
Aldridge on Harden here. Here comes the double team.
Good job.
Harden. Timer's at 2. Brewer drills the 3.
8 points, 3 to go, plenty of time. Good offensive possession. Harden doesn't force the issue, gets double teamed, get rid of the basketball, swing, you get a wide open 3 from Brewer.
11 points off the bench for Brewer. Harden trying to defend Aldridge. You got Jones as the tallest guy on the floor for Houston. Aflalo connects. Offensively critical now for the Rockets. Here's Brewer for 3. That's big.
Oh, yeah.
That's
very good. Monty Eunice has played fairly well as well. Beverly not getting it done, 2 of 11 from the field. But again, it's a roster that's built around 2 superstars, not 1. And look at OKC for that matter.
They're hoping to get Howard back soon as Brewer gets the steal. A huge defensive play by Brewer.
Wow.
A layup on the other end. He scored the last 12 for the Rockets, and it's a 4-point game.
And help kick it out to somebody open for the 3.
Here's
right
Brewer.
to Brewer, yeah.
And he got a good look, and he buries it. It's a 3-point game. It's not like he's a bad foul shooter either. Got to get it in. Here's the lob to Aldridge. That's the guy you want to foul, but
Yeah,
they
I'd
didn't
go
foul
get
Blake.
him. You know, Blake. Oh,
And
my.
a steal by Brewer. Brewer with the jam. He scored the last 17 points for Houston. And a timeout by Portland. It's a 1-point game. Set to inbound. Brewer on the catch. He'll try a 3 for the tie. No. Long rebound to Blake.
Wow,
And
they're
Lillard
fortunate.
foul with 3 seconds left.
Portland very fortunate. That was a pretty good look on a simple guys pitched in tonight. And that's what it's going to take on a nightly basis when you lose a guy like Wesley Matthews. Heart and soul of your team, 3-point shooter, defensive guy. And they need everybody. Don't forget about the contributions of Nick Batum tonight as well.
Yeah, those were not updated. You're going to have Houston at 43 and 21 and Portland at 42 and 20. Hit from Portland, the Blazers improved to 27 and 6 at home, the 3rd best home mark in the NBA behind Atlanta and Golden State. LaMarcus Aldridge leads the way for the Blazers. A good night for Batum as well. Their first win without Wesley Matthews since the Achilles injury last week, and it was a good one against the Rockets. 105-100. SportsCenter.